Hi, this is Tina Vanderwerker with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I am here with Carrie VanDerhoof from Boho Chic Boutique. Hi,
Yes.
Carrie.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you
Nice
so
to
much
meet
for this
you.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much for meeting with
Of
me
course,
today.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your boutique and how you got started.
Sure. So Boho Chic Boutique, right now, I kind of call it, my tagline is an eco-focused artisan boutique.
Okay.
We have 80 different makers in here from New York State. We started with 8. We've grown quite a bit.
Yeah.
They come from all walks of life. Now that we've been coming up on 9 years in business, we go all the way out to Niagara Falls, and I do get down to New York City. So we have an
Wow.
amazing collaboration of people. It's all commingled in here by my eye. So you can find everything in here from clothing, jewelry, home decor. The gamut really runs. I have gourmet foods. It's sort of just a full-on farmer's market 365 days a year. But it's meant to bring people in and spend some time looking around and absorbing art in all different formats.
Right. Yeah, because like you said, you have food, you have clothing, you have, different artisan kinds of things. So whatever somebody's looking for, they'll probably find it.
Yeah, sometimes they don't even know they're looking for it. They come in and they go, I can't leave without this. And it's like, that's what we do.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So how did you get started?
So we got started is a little bit longer of a story, but I'll tighten it up. I was an environmental engineer for about 17 years of my life before this.
Okay.
And while it treated me well, I found my light just dimming. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just knew I had to change my life.
Yeah.
The job was so stressful.
Yeah.
I was constantly sick. I was overworked, and I just didn't find the joy in it anymore. There was a huge disconnect between what I did and how it resonated with my heart and my soul.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to major in art. I studied art underneath my Aunt Donna, who's an artist in here.
Nice.
And my senior high school art show, I sold like $400 of my own art. I was
Wow.
really excited to go into
Yeah.
art. And I just had a different family circumstance. My father was sick growing up. So
Okay.
it was kind of like get an education, get a job. And I did it as long as I could until I couldn't fight the passion for this anymore.
Yeah.
And I took a giant leap in myself, and I just said goodbye to that career. And with the support of my husband, who saw my vision from day one, we opened our doors, and I just walked
Nice.
so unafraid into, I guess, what you call the unknown of owning a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think so many people were used to, working in the factories for 40 years and retiring with your pension, and that's just what you did, and they really didn't see the fact that you could do something different. And nowadays, everybody's like got 2 careers, 3 careers,
Sure.
and they move from place to place, job to job, until they find what it is that they are passionate about. And sometimes it is, 20 years here, 10 years here, 5 years here.
Yeah.
So it's great that you felt comfortable and you had the support to be able to switch, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have been obviously happy
No.
continuing with that route and,
It's one of those
Suffering.
things sometimes you can't, like, people ask me to speak about it all the time, and I'm like, well, it wasn't like a switch, there was some soul searching and some getting
Sure.
back to what did I love, and
Yeah.
people thought I was absolutely nuts, like,
Oh,
do
yeah.
you realize what you're doing? Everybody buys everything online, and I was
Right.
like, I really think we're missing community and what
Yes.
we do, and
Yeah.
so when I went into this, there's definitely like 2 sides of me you'll see in here sometimes, and as we talk, it'll probably be more apparent. There's the engineer in me, and then there's the artist in me, and
Yeah.
they meet somewhere in a really beautiful space that allows
Yeah.
me to use my toolbox of skill set
Yeah.
and yet apply it in a different way.
Because it is unusual to have an engineering side
Yes.
and an artistic
Yeah.
side, because usually, they're 2 separate sides of the brain, but obviously, we have one brain, so you
Sure.
bring them together.
They talk well with
So
each
that's
other, my 2
fabulous.
halves.
Yeah, that's fabulous. So we are in like downtown Ballston Spa in the
Yes.
Village. So how did you come up with this location?
Sure. So we didn't start here. I will say that I opened
Okay.
my shop in Waterford, New York.
Okay.
It is where I live, and I kind of just got started quickly. I need a space.
Yeah.
Found a place right down the road from me. It was the right price, what I thought was the right location.
Yeah.
And we did the grind there for just under 3 years.
Okay.
Sadly, I love Waterford, but Waterford just wasn't seeing growth the way other places were. I was seeing growth in Schenectady. I was seeing growth in Albany even.
Yeah.
And Waterford was just kind of, things were really changing. So, the engineer me looked at things that were going out, like Key Bank left the strip, and I was like, oh, geez, I had 39 artisans with me at that time, and I said, this is a good idea, but we're just not in the right place.
Right.
So we looked around, and we really did kind of immerse ourselves in a lot of little pocket neighborhoods, Troy, Albany, and when I came up here, I don't know if it was just kismet. I was looking through the door of this shop, and there was a lady sitting on the bucket that was painting the place. And I knocked on the door, and she let me in, and she was so nice. And then we went down to the Sunset Cafe, had a margarita there, talked to the people there, and my friend is a hairstylist here. Okay. So it's just like I got the feeling there was more of an appreciation for the arts here. Yeah. And to bring 39 people who need me to give them a stage, to bring them somewhere where it was going to be supported and constantly being shown to new people, I felt like that was here. Yeah. But I liked this sort of, I don't want to say, it's not necessarily quaint, but it's a little slower of a vibe. It's not old-timey, but it's like it respects sort of the way little shops function, and we don't have a Walmart here. And, that was important to me because people like me can't compete against those big names. Yeah. They have budgets that I can't even imagine what I would do with that kind of budget. So.
Sure. But you also have a very different product. You are focused on the individual artist and the, what they can create. So it's not... anybody can go to Walmart or Target or wherever and get just a random thing that they didn't even probably know they needed. Sure. But, you have such different kinds of things. Like you said, you have jewelry and clothing and all the different things that you wouldn't find in a Walmart or a Target. Yeah. And this is, the reason I love the Village is because it is just a little village. You're close to everything. Right. You're, 10 minutes from Saratoga and whatnot. But there are, you can just park your car, walk around. There's music on certain weeknights in the summer. There's a nice little park. And, there are just a lot of little shops and restaurants and different things where you can just kind of walk around and hang out. Yeah. So. And
they're all really great, people, like even my neighbor Bruce that owns Roses Repeats, it's such a joy to have him as my neighbor. We talk all the time. I've watched his son grow up, Yeah. I'm not knocking, shopping at Walmart or Target. We all have needs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We've all hit the Amazon button. And I'm not even trying to compete with that. No, I just want to bring what these people create to light. We have young, old, disabled. We have, like I said, it's their personality shining through. And if I can give it a stage and people can come in and look at it in a slower speed of life and have it resonate with them, something that they never thought they needed, I think art should be in every form of our life. Yeah. And, sure. We get involved, we sponsor the concerts in the park, which is down the way. We've been sponsoring it since we've come up here. And it's just a great opportunity for us businesses to say, we want this to be free to the public, so we sponsor it. And it's a lovely affair. You walk down there and people are just chilling, They buy their food at the restaurants and come down and hang out. And it's a great little vibe.
Yep. Yeah. And it's important, too, I think, for artists to have a stage, like you said, because so many people want to start that component of their life, if you will. And if they can get somebody who believes in them and buys into it, and then they can be successful, then they can move on and do the thing that they love instead of maybe doing a job that they don't really like or, feel like they're stuck in because...
Yeah. It's such an outlet. And a lot of these artisans, as I look around the room while we're talking, some of them, didn't even believe in themselves when they'd show me the stuff on the phone. And I'd be like, oh my God, that's great. Yeah. Sorry for the phone. Right. And so just to take that leap in them and say, no, I love that. I think that's beautiful. We should show people that. Or do you know how talented you are? Yeah. And when people walk in and feel that collective energy in here, they're always like, wow, your store has such an amazing, vibe. And I'm like, it's the energy of all the artisans, I may place it pretty, but it's really, it's what else happens in here. So.
Yeah. Well, and I know it's kind of normal, I guess, for artisans to not really think that their stuff is good enough. My daughter's actually doing ceramics.
Oh, and fantastic.
She loves ceramics and she's like, and then some people ask her, would you sell this? And she's like, what? She's like, I don't think that I'm good enough to sell. But then she went to, actually over in Round Lake, they had a little artisan fair and she saw some of those works and she's like, maybe I can sell some of my stuff. So I think it's in all artists that you just don't think you're good enough, which is unfortunate. But, you know, when they see, again, you give them the stage and they can see that, yes, it's possible. Oh, my God, somebody bought my stuff.
And I'm constantly their hype girl. Like, I'm excited about every single one of my artisans equitably every day. Yeah. You know, people are always like, I can tell you love it here. I'm like, I love all these people. Yeah. I use the hashtag Boho Chic Family of Artisans, and I really believe that. Yeah. We operate like a family. They're all really nice people. If I'm ever doing fundraisers and stuff, they often donate a percentage of their sales, or they give me an item to raffle off. It's huge. Yeah. They don't just look at it as like I'm cutting them checks. We touch in. We've gone through life with each other. Right. Some wonderful things and some terrible things.
Right. Right. Yeah. This is awesome. Thanks. So how can people get in touch with you, or how can people kind of come over and see what are your hours and that kind of stuff?
So I will just start with the hours first, and then we can talk about all the other digital ways. Yeah. There's so much noise in the world with the digital stuff. But so I'm here at 6 out of 7 days a week. That has been my operating motto since day one. Yeah. When you quit a corporate job to do this, I take it very seriously. So Monday's my only day off. Okay. And then Tuesday through Friday right now until we hit the holiday season, I'm 11 to 5. Okay. Saturday 10 to 4 and Sunday 10 to 2. Once we hit November, I go extended hours all the way through past the end of December. It'll be 11 to 7, Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 2 on Sunday. So we're here quite a bit during the holiday season. It's quite the race at that point. Yeah. But I'm on Boho Chic NY. That's my Instagram handle. Boho Chic NY is my Facebook handle, and bohochicny.com is everything's the same. This is the website.
Yeah. So makes it easy.
and I don't tweet, and I don't do certain things. Like, there's just a little too much data. But I really say, like, you know, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, which is where I populate everything, new arrivals, what's coming, what's sold out, what's almost gone. People dialogue a lot more in there, and you can message me, you can email me. I'm here. My phone's on all the time. Like, I will answer you hopefully within a couple minutes. So. Yeah,
and this is a great place to come, like you said, around the holidays, or all year long for birthdays and whatnot, because it is different stuff. It's not something you're going to just find, and you might find that thing that we always want to try to give the perfect gift. Yeah, and it's something that showcases somebody's personality, or that they're interested in art and maybe they just don't realize what they want. This is a great place to come and just kind of tool around. And when I was here the first time, like, I just took my time. I was probably here for half an hour.
I loved it.
And just wandering around, looking at everything, taking it all in, and
it's a joy for me to watch people do that, because there is something in every corner. And I do, like, I will always greet you within a few seconds of you coming in, but then if you want to just be left alone, I know there's a lot in here. I place it all. So I kind of want you to find the little hidden gems. And Christmas time is lovely for that too, because I feel we get so much like, I must give. And what's nice about the clientele that I attract is they really are taking that moment to slow their life down, shop with intention, look for things that really speak to them. And there's nothing more satisfying than sending them home knowing that that's going to be a wonderful gift. I've had people come in and go, I won Christmas because of your gifts, your items. And I was like, I'm glad, I'm happy to hear it.
Absolutely.
So, it's very joyful.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, is there anything else you want anybody to know about you or your shop or anything?
I'm pretty much an open book. I think most people know a lot about me because I just talk about my life. Yeah. All my products kind of go through the lens of my environmental engineer background. So I'm always like, if I don't use it, or I don't eat it, I don't sell it. So there's a lot of personality. My personality is all through this place for sure. But I guess I would say most people do know this, but if they don't, if they're new to watching the video, that my husband is the other half of this. Okay. He is my best friend. He's my business partner. He's my partner in life. And even though I'm the daily face and I'm the girl that you're going to see every time, he is 50% of the business. So we might be woman-led, but we are couple-owned. Okay. And we built all the items in the shop that you see. So our register, our dressing room, all the lights, all the tables are all our design and construction. Nice. And it's fun to be able to do it together, even though he still works his day job. Yeah. You can just tell our personalities are in here together, and I just like people to know that he's there too. Nice. He's very supportive. He doesn't walk in front of me or behind me. He's my partner right next to my side. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Great. Well, Carrie VanDerhoof with Boho Chic Boutique, and I am Tina Vanderwerker with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.